Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal today is to help people learn how they can remove Johnson Mark LLC from their credit report. And honestly, in many cases, without paying their debt at all. So if that applies to you or you know someone that needs this information, I am confident that you're going to walk away from this video by the end and know what the next best step is to take. I want to start by saying that this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action now. For example, if you know or believe that Johnson Mark LLC or honestly any of the accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or if no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. So call us today. You'll find our number in the description area. So let's go through the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one I have here is really important. And that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Johnson Mark LLC? And I put this one at the top of the list for a reason. And that is, we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And maybe you're thinking the same thing, because it makes sense. Few people are actually taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And here's the answer. Fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there is no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million or whatever. It doesn't matter. You will not be arrested or get jail time. So who is Johnson Mark LLC and why are they on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency, and they buy debts, okay, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap, pennies on the dollar. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? I'll give you an example. Let's say that you have, for whatever reason, an unpaid card with a Capital One, and it's $1,000. Johnson Mark LLC could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for maybe just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So, these companies can make a lot of money, and damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is the primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, what many people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. So, a lot of time paying isn't actually in your best interest. And in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score further. But in addition to credit reporting, they may, send scary letters. Maybe you've gotten one of those. They may call a lot, even calling family members, colleagues. But I will say that, if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case that you want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Okay. Next question is, should you negotiate a settlement with Johnson Mark LLC? So settling your debt with Johnson Mark, depends on your goal. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. As crazy as that sounds, but the reason is what I just said before. Even if you pay that collection, it will still remain on your credit report for 7 years, and it will still continue to damage your score that whole time, right? So instead, we always recommend that you work with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, then the accounts can be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't ultimately help your score. And the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. So how do you remove Johnson Mark LLC from your credit report? Good question. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Okay? I will say that the knowledge required to do this is probably a little bit more involved than it might seem. I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn how to do it or that you can't or anything like that, but be prepared to go into it knowing you might spend weeks or even months learning how to do it properly. However, if you hire a professional to handle it for you, you can ensure that it's done properly the first time and save the extra time. And we're happy to take care of it. We've dealt with Johnson Mark LLC accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'd be happy to take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get Johnson Mark LLC to stop calling you? So as I mentioned before, Johnson Mark LLC will be calling you to attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, right? That is their business model. Basically, that just means that, the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Will Johnson Mark LLC try suing or garnishing my wages? Another kind of scary thought. And really, Johnson Mark suing is unlikely. It can happen, it does happen, don't get me wrong, but in our experience, it's rare. There are just a lot of laws around, how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win. It's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which, again, is another benefit of using an expert. Let's see here. What are my rights when dealing with Johnson Mark LLC? So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Johnson Mark LLC has purchased. Okay, Johnson Mark is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA, and as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Now, these acts can seem a little complicated, when you first look at them, but really they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly. But if you don't have time to research these acts, it's not a problem. Give us a call today and we can discuss your options. Again, our number is in the description, so you can find that easily. And that's all I have for today. So thank you so much for watching.